worse. Wind advisory. This was actually extremely strong out there. Look at some of these sustained winds. Ice slip at 31 miles per hour. The gusts even stronger, especially for areas along Long Island. So that's where you really want post at New Hyde Park. You're not going to be able to exit. Northern State is one way to avoid it, but either way, so far we're not seeing any problems with traffic flows. Alternate side of the street parking, it's in effect today citywide. Meter rules also apply. John, Vanessa. Per hour. So the 24-hour temperature change anywhere from 16 degrees colder but 21 degrees colder in West Hampton. The only thing that's not accounting for is the wind chill. It's actually more like 30 degrees colder than this time yesterday when you consider the fact that it feels more like 11 degrees here in the boroughs and 4 degrees up in Westchester, 11 degrees when you take it a little bit further south. So everybody's in it. We're all in it together. It just hurts when you walk outside. We haven't had this bad of cold in a little bit. So here's a satellite radar picture noticing the skies mainly clear. You have these this is light snow. These are streamers coming off of the lakes here, and this is well to the north of us. These flakes not making it to us. In fact, the air is considerably drier than what it was yesterday. High pressure is trying to push in so that Arctic air is coming along with it. It's hopping a ride. It's filling the air with very cold, dry air, and that's what's also giving us the strong winds as you have a pressure gradient between that outgoing low. So here's a look through the futurecast, noticing we are clear and sunny for today. The sunshine closure, Old Westbury Road westbound between exit 35 and 34. They've also blocked that off-ramp from the LIE westbound to New Hyde Park at exit 34. So in the meantime, we'll continue to bring you updates, but I would anticipate this scene at least for the next hour or so. Alternate side of the street parking, it is in effect today, citywide. Today, wind advisory expires for 4 o'clock, and the winds, they're going to lighten up gradually, but it's going to stick with us, though, so the severity will diminish. Wind chills in the teens and 20s. You can see the camera shaking behind me. What John and Vanessa are saying. Spring-like temperatures, they're going to return on Wednesday, but the colder air returns on Friday, so it's kind of this up and down through the week with these temperatures. Right now, we're at 23 degrees, 18 degrees in Highland. Winds out of the northwest, sustained winds at 15 miles per hour there. So with the 24-hour temperature change, we're anywhere from 18 to 20 degrees colder. That doesn't, though. For today, this is a look at 7:30 this morning, 19 degrees. By the way, this is not your feels like. These are your actual temperatures, barely making it to freezing in spots for today. But by tomorrow, we could have areas make it into the low 50s with a southwest wind that's bringing milder air in. Thursday, we start to fall back with more of a northerly wind, so we're going to be back to average for this time of year. And Friday, we're back into the 30s. So again, it's a roller coaster ride. It's up and down, but there'll be some delays on the northbound N train. That is due to a signal issue. By the way, those subways reopen at 4 o'clock now every morning. Track work out of the way, so that's our only problem that we're dealing with. For the rest of you trying to jump on major commuter rail lines, Metro North is good, New Jersey Transit is good, PATH is good. Where we do have some scattered delays is with LIRR. Two reasons as to why. They're still wrapping up some of that signal work out of Mineola from yesterday. So Port Jefferson, Oyster Bay branches, you're impacted with that. They also have a broken rail out near Port Washington causing some issues. So they're trying to fix everything right now. Alternate side of the street parking, it's in effect today citywide. John and Vanessa, back to you. Especially if you're sick of seeing the snow. We're going to be mostly sunny for today, but notice that we keep these very strong northwest winds, which means we keep the wind chill. So while the air temperature climbing into, well, low 30s, right around freezing, we're actually going to feel like like the teens throughout the day, despite that sunshine. Good news coming up. We rebound very quickly, quicker than you think, so we'll talk about that coming up in just a moment. Let's go ahead and talk about the Miracle Bridge. So because of the winds I just mentioned, we have the speed restriction in both directions. This is 45 miles per hour. Westchester-bound traffic, that's coming across right here, across the span, so that picked up a little bit. It is still quiet Rockland-bound. You know, something I did notice that a lot of things dried up after the melt yesterday, but some things didn't, and there were some icy spots as I was commuting this morning, especially along 280, so be mindful of that. Then we'll turn over to some construction. This is on 95 southbound the New England Thruway. So between exit 20 and exit 19, they're doing some work. So it is rather heavy coming down through Rye out of Connecticut. So that should be wrapping up within the hour. We'll keep an eye on it until that happens. Alternate side of the street parking in effect today, citywide. John, Vanessa? Yes. I know a lot of you are checking out already on winter, but it's still going to be here at least through the weekend. We're at 25 degrees right now in this city, 21 in Highland. Noticing the low 20s with the winds out of the northwest and still quite breezy and gusty out there with wind. Alternate side of the street parking and meter rules, everything in effect today citywide. John and Vanessa? We'll have a warm-up in the 7-day forecast that's going to make everybody smile. But no, this weekend, today through the weekend, we're feeling more like January outside. Wanted to show you the March calendar, how we've been trending so far in this very first week of March. So noticing we started off above normal, then we dipped on Tuesday, which was very cold with those wind chills. We rebounded very quickly on Wednesday back into the 50s, and now we're going to start that slow trend downward.
Morning news, it is Thursday, March 11th. I'm John Muller.
Good morning, I'm Vanessa Freeman. A beautiful Thursday.
Oh man, it's going to be gorgeous, right?
46 degrees starting things off here.
And it only gets better. Let's check in with Marissa Torres.
Spotlight of the week, right? We've been looking forward to this day, and then you see this, which is actually quite beautiful. We have very low clouds this morning, which is also giving us some fog issues, but a gorgeous look where you can barely see the city. I promise it's just about 46. Notice some areas a little bit cooler. Highland at 36 right now, 40 Asbury Park. Winds are calm, which is just one of the reasons as to why we're actually seeing this fog start to build up. And for some reason, my clicker is not working. So Joe, if you could hear me and you could go ahead and click ahead for me. Thank you very much. So here's a look at the wind. So they're still rather calm. Again, that's why we're seeing some of the fog and even a little bit of mist being reported in association with that, but visibility quite reduced in spots. So you do have some dense fog in areas down to a quarter mile and ice slip. So careful if you're going to be hitting the roads this morning. This is going to lift and we'll see it dissipate further into the morning, but some clouds to get us through to start. We'll clear out a little bit as we head further into the day. Will become partly cloudy. And in terms of these temperatures, we are expecting a warm up. So looking at the day planner, notice that even by lunchtime, we are warming up to about 64 degrees, 72 by 5 p.m. We'll have that extended forecast coming up. For the commute this morning, we have two investigations we're looking at. One of them is out on 287. This is northbound in Harding, right near exit 30 for North Maple Avenue. 2 lanes are currently blocked, and you do have a little bit of a delay at this time as you try to navigate through that. Then skipping on over to the Gowanus Expressway. This is westbound. This is a crash investigation as well. The right lane is blocked right at 86th Street. And then also noticing that we have construction on the Verrazano Bridge. That is Staten Island bound traffic on that lower level that's seeing a delay because of that. Alternate side of the street parking and meter rolls, it's all in effect today citywide, guys. Back to you.
This weather is going to be great today, right?
Booming.
Yeah, I mean, I saw people in shorts yesterday. Now
imagine today.
I mean, imagine today, exactly. I mean, flip-flops and T-shirts maybe. I don't know. That might be extreme. Right but it is going to feel a lot more like May out there. Wanted to show you the almanac just to put it in perspective. So the normal high this time of year is 48. Yesterday we made it to 54, which was even cooler than the previous day when we were at 64 on Tuesday. So that's where we're supposed to be this time of year. The record from 1977 at 73 degrees for today in Central Park. We are forecasting 73 for today, and I think we could make it. If all elements line up just perfectly, 73 will be easy for us to do. So that's what we're looking forward to today. By the way, sunrise 6:14, 5:59, sunset clock spring forward on Saturday, well, technically Sunday. Everything also running on time. The path stations that had been closed reopened at the top of the hour. Alternate side of the street parking and meter rolls, it's in effect today, guys. Back to you.
Marissa, thank you. Let's talk sports. Looks like the Yankees bats are warming up.
Joe Masseri has